Hello, my absolutely beautiful Cancer friends, and welcome to your horoscope for April of 2022, where Cancer, this month, not only do we have a solar eclipse happening, which we have seen this in cycle. So some of the energy that's coming is so delicious and ripe for a fresh beginning, especially in your Taurus areas of your chart, which is really exciting. We've got Pluto taking a retrograde and Jupiter and Neptune coming together for their conjunction. So there's plenty going on in the cosmos this month. There is also a ton going on in the astrological community, just in general. So I hope you will be joining us, whether virtually or in person. We've got OPA going on. Isar will be coming in August. There is a lot going on. Check out everything in the description box under this particular video. As well, if you want to know if this video is for you, click in the description box down below. I answer all of those questions, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, let's get in here and see what is going on in that beautiful sky. Right at the beginning of the month, we are coming in, starting out strong with a cardinal new moon, which is really nice. You're a cardinal sign, so typically when there's a cardinal energy, you can kind of move with that a little bit more. We're going to have a new moon happening at 11 degrees of Aries. So for you, Cancer, this lights up the tip top of the chart. So the career, public sector, your reputation, maybe some kind of authority energy in your life. Either way, the new moon is granting you a beautiful space to plant your seeds of intention to begin something new. And you may be doing it very much so with an Aries quality, you know, this warrior having to go towards what it is that is beginning under this energy. But I also want you to keep in mind that besides just being this voracious warrior, Aries is also the sacred gardener. So right here in your life, in your career, what's beginning for you? Are you beginning to lead a team? Did you take a promotion? You know, has something changed with how you're holding your own space, even out in the world, where you are getting to very much so be the sacred gardener, the bringer of life in your own life to this particular area, and show us a little bit of what you're made of. Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to know what is beginning for you over this next 4 weeks, Cancer. As we get to the 5th, we see Venus move into the energy of Pisces. Now, this is going to light up your 9th house space. We've already got Jupiter and Neptune, both ruling energies of Pisces over there. Venus is exalted in the energy of Pisces, so it is a good time. The 9th house is a good time. It is busy anyways, energetically. Now, as Venus moves into your 9th house all the way until May 2nd, first of all, Venus is a magnetizing energy. It says, come to me. Right? Come to me. I'm going to allow something to unfold and just come to me. I don't have to fight. I don't have to push. I learn with the energy of Venus to let things come to me in that beautiful magnetic flow. So in your ninth house place of publishing, marketing, broadcasting, international travel, international language, training, certification, faith, beliefs, any of these things fit into your 9th house situation, legal things. Where is Venus showing up and actually attracting some opportunity to you? Now, Venus is still Venus, okay? So this could also be, you know, where is there a long distance relationship that is on your mind, whether that be past, present, or even you're thinking of something in the future. In Pisces energies, we can really move between the worlds. So where is this also something that has caught your attention? Now, the other thing that I think of is this delicious embracing of maybe even where Venus is bumping up your ability to make money off of foreign things. Don't just think foreign like not in the same country as you, but where are you interacting with something differently that is actually bringing a revenue stream to this particular area of your chart. All the way until May 2nd, you may be having the experience of your 9th house being financially stimulated in a greater pay way as well. When we get to the 10th, we see Mercury move into the energy of Taurus. Now, this is going to light up your 11th house space, okay? Now, as Taurus is going along, it's steady, it's grounded, it's very earthy, it doesn't want to be whipped and zipped. It's also a fixed energy. Now, you tend to work very well in Tauran space, Cancer. There's something about that energy that I think is just very grounding, maybe even very settling by sextile to you. But as Mercury gets into Taurus, Mercury wants to go and move and gather information and facts, and he does not get to do that as quickly in the energy of Taurus. So in your 11th house space, friends, social groupings, organization, long range plans, goals, designs for yourself, social media things, right? You may find that Mercury is bringing your attention in these directions, and it's having to be low and slow. I almost have this vision of this time for you, Cancer, that you are you're taking on your plans, and whatever it is that you're doing, you are having to be focused, which Taurus is phenomenal for that. You're focused on what you're thinking about. You're focused on what you're talking about. It is very stubborn. It is deliberate. This is what I'm doing, right? It is a grounded, practical, tactical, purposeful means of conversation and communication. So you could find that in this area of your life, the conversations you're having are very purposeful, right? You are intentional with the words that you're using and things like that, which is phenomenal. If you've got to negotiate contracts, maybe you're stepping into a foreign zone in some way, shape, or form. Are you traveling at this time and you need to use very specific communication, or you need to translate words appropriately, things like that, okay? As we get to the 12th, we see Jupiter and Neptune coming together for their conjunction. Now, this isn't one we're going to see them ping off of each other all year long. It's a one hit, and we're in it today. Now, this is also going to light up your 9th house space. So one of the things I want to point out is that in your 9th house with Jupiter and Neptune here, absolutely anything that you have is possible. It's possible, Cancer. It really is possible. What are you envisioning? What's your ideal? What are you dreaming? Where would you like to expand this area or change it in some way? It is possible, especially if what you want actually helps others. This is a phenomenal energy to do that. Now, the thing I want to tell you is that you may get some reality check here as well, because you can have the best vision in the world. Under this energy, you are also responsible for seeing if the vision is good, but you don't have the resources to actually make it happen. Do you want to go to school? Do you want to take that training? And you do want to be the best in your field or the best in your industry, but you haven't taken action to actually make that happen. Or you find out that, there's a legal something blocking you, or there's a financial thing blocking you. Your job here will be to keep the vision, because it is likely quite good, but to garner the resources in the days that follow to help you get that done. Now, I also think too, Cancer, depending on what this looks like for you, if you are traveling, if you're doing something, you're getting into foreign relations in some way, shape, or form, it can seem like a really ideal and humanitarian cause, but it can also be overinflated as to what is going on. Pisces energy can be a little bit vague as well. So I would tell you, be mindful of scammers. Be mindful of people who are deceptive in some way, shape, or form, okay? Be on your P's and Q's definitely with that, okay, Cancer? Now, as we get to the 14th, we're actually going to see Mars move into the energy of Pisces as well. This is kind of helpful because, first of all, it helps you actually take the action to go garner the resources that you need, right? Take action, Mars. Get something done. That's a beautiful Mars energy. But Mars in Pisces is not going as directly or as quickly at what it needs to do. So you might be thinking, okay, I'm having a financial challenge and I can't just go to the bank and ask for a loan. Instead, Mars in Pisces comes up with actions and strategies that are like the creative third option that you weren't necessarily thinking of. So use Mars to its fullest capacity in this way. How can you re-strategize in a way that is a little bit more creative than what you were working with before? Also, with Mars in Pisces, be of service to other people. How can you help meet someone else's needs besides just your own? Now, if this is business, if this is travel, if this is whatever, right? Step into the other person's shoes. Think from their strategy or their needs standpoint, and it will be much more informative to yours. You really may need to rethink a strategy that you're going for. Now, if you're working on belief things, religion, religious ideas, practices, visiting the ashram, going into your own faith. This is also a lovely energy with Mars here. On the 16th, we're going to have a full moon at 26 degrees of Libra. Now, this is going to light up your fourth house space, home, family, real estate, property, your family members. Think about your parents, things like that. It can be actual things that have to do with your house as well. So, this could be a time under the Libra full moon, which asks us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. There's some kind of adjustment to your housing situation that could be going on, Cancer. And there also can be an adjustment that's happening here. Cancer, is there a relationship? Is there a relationship that's been on your heart, that's been in your space, that's been like, it feels like it's been in your body or your bones for a very long time, and you're having to go back into it and look at where maybe the balance dynamics are off? Where has there been too much of you and not enough of the other person, right? Where is your me-we dynamic off? In the relationship zone, in your home zone, are you tending to and meeting to the needs of other people more than you're meeting your own? This may be a time where this is illuminated for you, and you've got to make some different moves and different decisions, because ultimately, Cancer, the question I have for you is, what do you want in your home life? What do you want for a family? And then what are the actions you're taking and the resources that you have to help you have that desired outcome? This full moon will absolutely be useful for that. On the 19th, the sun moves into the energy of Taurus, lighting up your 11th house space, so bringing light, heat, life, vitality, and motivation. And I want to be clear, when I say vitality, it doesn't mean that it always feels good, right? It doesn't always feel great to be alive, right? But it does mean that there is movement. It does mean that there is hope. There's a pulse going on in this area of your life. So in that 11th house space where we saw Mercury bring in that dynamic thinking and very deliberate, focused energy, now the sun is here as well. So your actions, your attitudes, you're maybe dealing with things that are already in place. You're a part of a group or an organization, and you're dealing with things that have already been in place. But now you need to make sure that they are secure. You are motivated to make decisions that are focused on security, focused on possessions, focused on relationships, focused on wealth. Maybe there's money. I mean, if you're doing something in the 11th house that involves a government agency, there's obviously some kind of money on the table there. So what are you doing connected to really refining and bringing to the best standard this Taurus energy? Now, I always think for you too, Cancer, whenever Taurus season comes around, look around your life. Who are the actual physical Taurus people that have captivated your energy for some reason, and reevaluate that. I don't know why, but every year I find Cancers come into my inbox during Taurus season saying, listen, there's this Taurus who's my friend. There's this Taurus who's my mom. There's this Taurus who's my unrequited love. Something is going on in this energy, or something's happening with them. They're on my mind. If that's you in whatever capacity, let me know in the comment section down below. But you sit in this really nice energy there. So definitely check out the Taurus people in your life as well. On the 29th, bit of a busy day, okay? So first of all, we've got Pluto stepping into its retrograde. Now, Pluto has been in pre-retrograde shadow time since January of 2022. Now it's going to hit its actual retrograde at 28 degrees of Capricorn. This lights up the 7th house space, so relationships for you. Conscious, chosen, one-on-one relationships. That's not just romantic. That's the relationship of you with you. That's the relationship of you with whatever you call a higher power. That's relationship with significant people in your life. Somebody's been your friend for 100 years, right? This is romantic relationships. It's contracts that you're signing. This all lives in this 7th house space. So as Pluto is taking this retrograde, what you're offered and what we're all offered in this opening is an opportunity to look over where we are power struggling in our relationships. What's the power struggle dynamic that's on the table? Because we really have got to transform that. Some phoenixing is needed, and it comes from the most unconscious place. And really the way that we identify it is that I'm struggling with this. I'm going back and forth. Maybe I'm going back and forth in my head. Maybe I'm telling myself I just need to do better. And that is actually going to help me lose instead of having a little surrender to win, right? So we get the opportunity as well to flip back within the shadow pieces of ourselves where some of our greatest strength lives if we can identify what is keeping us down. And we get to see where are the destructive actions, attitudes, ideas, and beliefs that are not helping me transform and be successful. This is not new. You've been looking at this 7th house area with Pluto for some time, so there's not any real shock, I think, available. Now, Pluto also deals with the energy of death, and this, I think, is very much so a piece of that, which pieces of us are dying off so that the next pieces, like that phoenix rising from the ashes, can actually live. Pluto will come out of retrograde in October and leave post-retrograde shadow energy January of 2023. Same day, we've got Mercury coming home into the energy of Gemini, lighting up your 12th house space. So right back there in the quiet sector. This may be a time now where you're thinking, it's been very deliberate, you've been very focused, you've been very on, and now your mind might be trying to make a little bit of peace with some quiet. Now, I also think too, out of that kind of woo bubble, some of our viewers and subscribers here do work in places where you're having to go in and do research. You have to get to the bottom of things. Mercury in the 12th house is a researching somebody, okay? So you can really get into the facts and the details that you skimmed over before. If there's espionage going on, if there are cold cases to be solved, you can do that. Mercury in the 12th house for others may be a lighting up of creativity, a networking, right? A re-networking of your own body, restoring that neurological balance of Gemini in your own space. You may be interested to learn something mystical, connect with those ancestors, whatever it is. Mercury is quite comfortable here in the energy of Gemini. Now, Cancer, as we close out this month on the 30th, we're going to see this solar eclipse happening at 10 degrees of Taurus. Now, we already saw a preview of this November 2021. We had Taurus action going on at that time. So what was happening for you? What started to come to your table around your 11th house? Did you get information about travel that was going to be happening, new social groups? Did you become a team leader in some way? What happened that socially that became a real big piece of your reality? Okay, because this is going to be semblance of more of that. Now, also, you can follow the energies back to 2014. What was happening in the 11th house area of your life? Did you get new long-range plans, goals, designs? Was there a Taurus in your life that you were dealing with? Back up to 2003, what was the significance of the 11th house and a Taurus in your life? What was going on at those times? Track those forward, because as this solar eclipse happens, it's still the new moon for the month. You plant your seeds of intention to begin something new here. New energies available around friends, new energies available around support. It's grounded, it's Tauran, it's delicious. You've got new security that's available to you. There is a whole fresh start that I think, Cancer, you couldn't even see coming, available to you under this energy. Now, this will last about 6 months instead of just 4 weeks. You get 6 months out of this, and we're going to continue to work this Taurus-Scorpio axis all year long. So keep your eye on what's going on with those nodes and what's going on with the actual eclipses themselves, okay? You can also check out all of your lunar videos happening here in April at the end of this video. So they'll be specific to looking at each of these lunations happening from the new moons to the solar eclipses, okay? All right, my beautiful Cancerian friends, I don't know exactly what you're out there getting into. I would love to know and support you. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Check out your lunar videos, and I hope to see you around the astro community with all of its happenings. Have a beautiful month, Cancer friends. I love you, and I'll see you next month. Bye, friends.